Hi everyone. Usually the weekends are my days off. I don't tend to film. However, we already went to Cambridge in the morning and I needed to sort out my glasses, etc. And we had a bit of coffee and we came back. And now I have a bit of time to myself and I just feel like doing something in my journal. And what I'm thinking of doing is Christmas ornaments, but this time I want to draw some vintage kind of style of ornaments. You know, back in the day when they were a little bit more detailed and just looked so pretty. So I will do two types of ornaments, but I will draw three of the ornaments and kind of have like a nice composition happening. So I'll probably I will draw a bauble, the main bauble around the middle, and then one each side, just to have a nice balanced composition. And that is it really. And then I'm planning to use my gold watercolors. I have done a swatch list here to see what they look like on paper, a swatch card, and I think I'm going to use my Mijello watercolors just because I haven't used them in a long time and they're so gorgeous, and there are a couple of colors that have this lovely kind of vintage look to them. So I think I will do that. So that is it, and you can use this design for your journal layouts or even Christmas cards if you haven't done them yet. You can see my Christmas card video, which I have posted I think last week, and that gives you an idea of how to put a postcard together in a very simple quick way. And you can just take this design and put it on the card. So let's go ahead and start drawing. So now I'm just going into this central bauble and emphasizing the details a little bit, because I quite like this scribbly kind of style with these two other baubles. And I want it to be within the same style, otherwise it looks a little bit flat and less detailed. So I'm just going over the lines, making some of the shapes bigger if I need to, and it has this sort of kind of a slightly clumsy look to it, and I think I'm going to also put little dots like that just to again bring it all together, and I'm going to also do that here and there, and possibly two dots here like so. And notice how I'm trying to make the shape go at an oval, not straight, just to give it a dimension. And just to finish, I'm going to draw a straight line like this, and it looks lovely and simple, and it just looks like literally they're hanging down suddenly. Just a simple line makes a big difference. Look at the Costa nutcracker, Costa cup. let me know in the comment box which coffee do you prefer. I used to be the Starbucks girl. I absolutely would not enjoy any other coffee other than Starbucks, and now I kind of don't have enough coffee taste in Starbucks anymore, so I moved on to Costa, and I find their decafs very tasty. Okay, so here is my Magellan, and I'm going to go into, I quite fancy this color right here, looks lovely. And then one of these looks great as well, but it might be a bit too pink, so I might want to bring in a different color. So actually this Prussian blue looks great, I might do that. So if you want this to become a little bit more saturated with color, you could, while it's still wet, add a bit of that color right here. Just dab it on like that and let it flow around, and that should be enough. And where there is watercolor that's already dry, like here, you don't want to have this sharp edge, so just wash out your brush and blend it out like this. Wash it out and then dry it and blend it. Okay, so that looks quite nice. And then I'm going to go back into here and put that first color that I really liked. So this color here, and that's the red violet. Yeah, this one here. Okay. Again, starting just with this left side and leaving it. Okay, then I'm going to wash my brush out and dry it out, and then just make it flow a little bit. Again, this one has way too much, so I'm going to attempt to pick it up. I'm picking it up by drying my brush on a tissue, and as you see now it's almost looking the same. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to correct some of these. So I'm going to go back in here and make it darker, and then those areas that I need to pick it up, I'm going to pick it up with a dry brush like so. And you can see that picks it up nicely, but it will flow back slightly more, so you might need to go a second time in. This one is the one that's affected the most, and you need to work quite quick because otherwise the watercolor might stain the paper and might be too late for you. But it's okay as it is. I'm going to darken it up slightly more here. And the tip I might try and take off just a little bit on this side right here. Okay. I'm just darkening it up here because I picked up the pigment, so I think that looks good now. Oops, nope, that was too much water. Okay, I'll leave it at that now. And now I'm going to switch a brush, go for a smaller brush and do the details. I think I'm going to go for a number 1 round brush. This is the Princeton Heritage range. It's a lovely brush. I think I'll go for the Inca Gold today, this color here. So before I go in with the gold, I will use actually my heat gun and just dry it so that the gold doesn't start flowing. I want the gold to be quite precise. So here I'm just adding the finishing touches, and that's my vintage Christmas ornaments done. I hope you enjoyed this illustration and have a lovely weekend, and I will see you on Monday.